Hey guys, welcome to day 7 on the journey to create an effortless life. I'm your coach Andrani Phillips, and I am so excited to be able to wrap this up with a big bang. I hope you enjoyed the last 6 days, and it's been amazing. We went through simple yet powerful topics to be able to create the foundation to an effortless life. Now, this is a snippet of the transition plan that I help my clients with, but by doing these actions, you can start creating that foundation to continue to build upon to create a life that you are obsessed with. So the first 6 days, we talked about the power of negative emotions, how to transform them into inspired action, as well as have gratitude for those emotions. And I would love to say that one of my clients, who is a former manager of mine, she went through this activity and this actually changed her future destination. Instead of going to continue working with her company at another location, she got clear. She thought about her negative emotions in the last 3 months, and it guided her to be able to create a different reality. And now she is content with the decision of retiring and being able to do what she truly loves. So this journey is so powerful if you do the work. After that, we got into how to manage overwhelm, which is so important. We got into anxiety and how to take care of that. And then the last couple of days, we got into how to create abundance and how it starts with the mindset. And then we talked about how to receive, where there's so many times, especially in the service-based industry, we want to continue to give, but we don't know how to receive. So that is a very important part of the abundance factor. And the topic for today is the last part on taking abundance is action, and is all about taking action to create your abundance. So guys, let's get into it. Day 7 is going to be so powerful because we are all about taking everything that we learned about mindset, about receiving, and now we're going to start taking action. Now, the key thing that I see with clients that come to me to get help on creating a life that they're obsessed with is it's not about not being able to take action. So many of my clients are super ambitious, but the problem is they don't know what action to take. And they're kind of like a shotgun. A shotgun sprays out gunshots everywhere, where we want to be a little bit more focused on our target. And when we take that shotgun approach, we're like, okay, we'll see what hits and we'll chase that. And the problem is we're always chasing instead of standing in our value and knowing what to do and what actions to take to get to where we want to be. And I know this so well because that was me a few years ago. That's what I was doing. I was doing so many different actions. I was taking so many different steps in so many different directions that nothing was happening because I was spreading myself so thin. So as I started understanding what created my success and how to change that, things got real and things got super powerful. So it is all about taking action, but taking the right inspired action. And the way to take inspired action and doing it the right way is based on the homework assignment. So let's get right into it, guys. With the homework, it is about step number 1 is getting really clear. I love the saying, clarity is king, because so many times we don't even know what we truly want. We have a vague idea, but we don't let ourselves really get into the emotions of what is it that I want, and visualize it, get super clear about what that is and how that will feel. And when we get clear on what we want, it makes it so much easier to start creating that vision and that strategy and that action plan that we need to take to be able to realize that dream, realize that vision. So number 1, guys, is get clear. Number 2 is take action. So once you have clarity on what that goal is, what is one action item that you can take right now? We talked about this earlier in the challenge, that it is all about taking action and keep on progressing on that, because without taking action, nothing happens. I love the saying by Pablo Picasso, which is action is a foundational key to success. We've got to make sure that we're taking action, otherwise nothing's going to manifest. We can sit there and meditate on it, and we can have the right mindset. We can get into that area of receiving, but if we don't take action, nothing's going to happen. So we've got to make sure that we're clear in what we want and we take action immediately. And then the last step number 3, is invest in yourself. And I will be really honest, a few years ago, this was really hard for me. I felt like I had so many priorities on working corporate America, having my business, having a newborn and a 7-year-old at the time, and being able to keep up with it all. So the last thing I had time for is investing in myself. And I had a lot of money issues. I was like, I don't have the money yet. But I started understanding that if I don't invest in myself, how can others truly invest in me? And once I started getting clear, and the first time that I actually made my first payment in investing in a coach, things got real. And that allowed me to invest in myself, to roll up the sleeves and do the work, because there's skin in the game for me. I was putting my money where my mouth was, and I took an action to be able to invest in myself. And it was a wonderfully powerful thing to do. And as a result, things started happening for me. When I started taking action in myself and creating that plan and knowing what steps to take, as I would take an action, I would start receiving abundance in results. And things started happening for me in a very effortless way. Huffington Post reached out to me and asked me to be part of their contributing force. I started having nonprofits and companies come and ask me to speak at their events and get keynote speaking gigs, have workshops that I was doing. I had clients, I was being sought after clients because they saw me and they saw the things that I was doing, and they wanted the same things in their lives. And it started from investing in myself and taking action, guys. So I'm living proof that it happens. And so if you do these steps and invest in yourself, it'll happen for you as well. And a really key thing for me was when I realized that how can I ask people to invest in me and in my services and my products if I wasn't confident enough to invest in myself? And now I stand in my clients' value, and I stand for them, and I have them invest in themselves. And once they do, a magical thing starts happening, and they start realizing that they're worth it and they're worth the investment. And that's when transformation starts happening, and it is an amazing thing, guys. And then finally, step number 4 is get accountable, post in the Facebook group, get inspired by others, and share your story. Because the more that we share and we connect with others, the more powerful and real it becomes. And in the Facebook group, you get coaching from me. So every single person that puts a comment in there, I coach them through the process, I give them input, and I help them along the way. So guys, that's it. That was a 7-day journey to create the foundation for an effortless life. And I know that you can create a life that you're obsessed with in a very effortless way, because I'm living proof. Now, I'll be honest, for me, it wasn't an effortless path because there wasn't a transition plan there for me to go through. But I saw that there was a gap in the market after I went through it. For me, it was over a year-long process to create this for myself and create an effortless life that I'm obsessed with. But as I reverse engineer the process, I realized there's a huge gap for so many other people that were in my situation. Whether they were leaving a marriage, whether they were, transitioning into parenthood, or transitioning to a new career, or being an entrepreneur, we're going through transition all the time. And stepping up into that change and wanting to invest in a transition is hard enough. So I created an effortless plan, and I hit on the key milestones and the key things that need to happen to create the foundation and the plan to an effortless life. So now I'm able to share that with you, and it is wonderful and magical. It's worked for me. It's worked for so many of my clients, and it's really about taking the time, investing in yourself, and really knowing that you're worth it. And don't get it twisted, you can do this on your own. I provided a roadmap in the process, I created the path, and so if you want to do it on your own, that is awesome, kudos to you. For me, I invested in coaching and seminars and books because I didn't want to do it on my own, and I wanted to do it in the fastest possible way because I'm all about action. I'm like the Nike emblem, just do it. And so I recreated it and I created a transition plan for my clients to go through so they can get the fastest transformation possible in a way that's powerful, authentic, and customized to them. So guys, there it is. There is your transition plan to an effortless life. And I'm telling you guys that it is worth it because we only have one life to live. But if we do it right, once is all we need. And as I just recently celebrated my 38th birthday, I realized that life is short, guys. And why should we be stuck doing something or living a life where we're not really obsessed with? Or being okay with some parts of our life going really well and just dealing with the parts of our life that isn't going so well. I did that for so many years until I realized that, you know what? I can have it all. And I choose to create a life where I do have it all. And so I'm living proof, I'm that urban legend that if it can happen for me through all the breakdowns that I've been through, it can happen for you too. And you can transform those breakdowns into breakthroughs so you can live that life that you truly love. And you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it, and I'm here to let you know that it can happen for you too. So guys, I had so much fun with you during this journey. I hope you got value out of it. I would love to hear insights in your comments in the Facebook group, or a lot of people are just responding back to me because they're not comfortable in posting in Facebook, and that's totally fine too. And if you're ready to go on this journey, go ahead and click and book that free consult with me. We can get super clear on where you are now, where you want to be, identify that gap, and I'll give you recommendations on how to get there. So guys, here is to you and your effortless life, and I'm sending you love, light, and oodles of positive vibes. And all I'm asking you to do is share it with the rest of the world. Thank you guys so much. Again, I'm your coach, Indrani Phillips, founder of The Effortless Life, and you are amazing. You deserve everything that you desire, and it can happen for you. Know that the universe always has your back. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time.